Hi, this is Chris Reddick with Chris Reddick Financial Planning. In this blog post, I talk about unique exceptions to the 10% early withdrawal penalty on retirement accounts. So I focus on public service and educators. So one of the issues that you face if you want to retire early or retire from a career in public service, and this could be the case when you could be like a police officer, teacher, and so forth, and you've worked a number of years, and you have a pension and other types of retirement benefits, is that you might want to get these benefits before you turn 59 and a half, and try to avoid the 10% early withdrawal penalties. So thankfully there are programs in place where you can do this as a public safety and teachers and work in nonprofit agencies. So I'll talk about some of the things you can do in these different professions. Okay, so for public safety employees, these include firefighters, police officers, EMTs, and other first responders. They can avoid the 10% early withdrawal penalty if they separate from service after age 50. So you can access your retirement funds without penalty typically, and this provision applies to both defined benefits, which is your pension, and defined contribution plans like 401k plans, 403b, and so forth. Okay, so that's a possibility if you're a public safety employee. You can take the money out with it, avoiding a 10% penalty. Another one is if you're an educator or and school employees, right? So this can be higher education, K through 12 education. If you separate from service when you turn 55, you can withdraw money from a 403b plan, for example, without incurring the 10% penalty. Okay, so that's the second one. Third one is a 457 plan. So this is common in public schools, nonprofits, government, state government, and so forth. The good thing about these plans, there is no 10% early withdrawal penalty on them. So there's no age restriction. The main thing, you need to separate from service, and then you take the money out of the 457B plan. So no 10% penalty there when separating from service. And the fourth one is the idea of these pensions. Okay, pensions are typically these defined benefit pension plans, and those, since they're periodic payments over time, you can avoid the 10% early withdrawal penalty on pensions. So that's not a problem with that if you're eligible to take the pension before 59 and a half. A lot of times you can't do that anymore, but older pensions you can. And then finally, qualified reservists. They can avoid the 10% penalty if they're active duty for at least 180 days. Okay, so those are the public service and educator exemptions to the 10% penalty. And the big thing is actually when you file your taxes, you got to put in the correct code. And I talk about this in the blog post as well. So when you get your 1099-R, when you file your taxes, you need to put in the right code to avoid the 10% penalty. Okay, I hope this was useful. Reach out to me if I can be of service, talking about early retirement or retirement in general. Have a great day.